Pattern maker. So the responsibility of a pattern maker is to create the 2D templates, taking a project from 2D to 3D. What that means is that typically a product designer will design sort of flat sheet of paper digitally, and it needs to take form and shape on a last. Your foot is not two-dimensional, it's three-dimensional. And so being able to get the materials to turn corners and poke around edges and have shape and balance goes from 2D concept to 3D. And having a pattern maker who totally understands, one, the vision and the creative output that a designer may display, but knowing how to convert that into the shape that you want to build using nothing but materials. So it's much like a tailor who comes and measures against your body, knowing that it's really just flat fabric, and how do you turn that flat fabric into something that has shape, has drape, has fit, how you put it together. And the pattern engineer, that's their main focus of understanding how to get from that two-dimensional concept to a three-dimensional shape that is not just a one-to-one, I think, iteration of what the designer's thinking, but also how the designer wants that shape to perform on the foot, because the designer may not fully know exactly where they want flexibility. They may not know where they need the stretch and feel to work. They just may know how they want the consumer to feel and engage with the product. And so having a pattern engineer who can think through and has the history of how things are made, and also know how they fit against the foot. Again, much like a tailor, they can provide great input early on, but also as you make adjustments, as you go through the sampling process, they can help identify where the pain points might be, where the materials might need stretch, where the pattern needs to be, I think, adjusted, or whether it's about the shape of the last not working for what the ideal output would be. And so working with the materials, going from 2D to 3D, and then building upon the stages of how the shoe conforms to the foot, while working with the manufacturing partners, again, through the developer, all the way to engineering, all the way to quality control on the other end, knowing that these materials are not just, again, hand cut and put together. There's something that will be working with a material designer created for a specific product, and how that's going to be put together is important. And your pattern engineer is the one who can put together those pieces almost in their head until they lay it out flat. And once the pieces are cut and put together, then it kind of works. And they can do that traditionally by hand cut. You'll see parts being laid out with paper. Sometimes there's digital tools that actually make it easier, but the pattern engineer actually has to know how those pattern parts go together, looking at the foxing and the quarter and the eye stay, the tip and linings, and how those pieces get assembled. Your pattern engineer can think through how how the assembly will work just for a sample, but also how it will work in production to make sure that it's the most efficient, saves costs, but still resolves the problems that you need done. So pattern engineer, pattern maker.